Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Sword Coast and Peril. My name is ThePaladinBelle, and today's session title is "Witness My Works and Despair." I have made one of my players, just break down laughing because of my just immediate cut from our me coming in here discussion. Hi, welcome. We're gonna go over to my players here in just a moment. We're a little short-staffed tonight, so to speak. So I'm really excited for this episode, but yeah, it'll be great.
I can take you up.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
They can hear you now. How are you all this evening?
Great. Yeah, someone was laughing a lot earlier.
Yeah, it was definitely not you, wasn't it?
What, do I sound like I was just laughing?
Yes.
No.
Yes, there is still a smile in your voice.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, God. I'd like to present my proof that Lynx was giggling and laughing.
Excuse you. No.
No. I hand God the proof.
I've never smiled a day in my life, actually.
Lies and slander. All right. Hi, everybody. We're going to let you guys introduce yourselves and your characters, but I'm going to go ahead and introduce our missing player that will still be coming, Eldritch. Eldritch, otherwise known as Hysteria Golden Queen on Twitch, will be here shortly, I'm assuming. But they go by she, they, and we'll be playing Lorraine Valeth, aka Lilith, who is an Artificer Warlock multi-class. Up next, Lynx, why don't you introduce yourself and your character, please?
Hello, I'm Lynx. You can find me as Quark Lynx wherever you socialize your medias, including here on Twitch. I am fine with any pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Mithraningale Harian Michaelis, who is our fancy little princeling, tiefling, bladesinger wizardling. Gale uses he, him pronouns, and I digitally alter the pitch of my voice to give him his. So if you hear someone speaking in a fancy little British accent that you don't recognize, it's probably me. It's probably my little guy.
Fantastic. Void, you are next.
Hi, my name is Jester Void. You can call me either or. Go by he, him, or it is pronouns. Whichever one you would like to call me. Tonight I am playing Quincy. He is a drow champion fighter. He's very cool. He's chill. He doesn't have a lot going on. He's just vibing. He got no worries. No, none of them problems everyone has.
Not a single angst to his name.
No, not a single angst to his name.
He's really just, helping other. He's really just here to help other people with their stuff. He's got nothing going on.
He's just hanging out.
He uses the he/him pronouns. And he is your resident pretty boy.
Yeah.
Oh, we got two of those now.
Yeah, we do. Up next is Huffy. Why don't you introduce yourself and your character, please? Also, yes, Weaver, you can hear the not yet in my voice.
I am Miss Huffy. I'll be playing Charybdis the Shark Princess today. We both use she, her pronouns, and you can find me at twitch.tv/Miss Huffy.
And patreon.com/Miss Huffy.
This is true.
So last time, what did we do last time? Who wants to give us a recap?
Jeez.
Last time, I'll go ahead and take this one. We did combat, and then nothing else happened.
Uh-huh. Nothing?
Yeah.
No.
Nothing else?
Nothing important. It was a fine, normal session.
So a fine normal session for us is a lot of angst. So if you wouldn't mind, explain the angst.
Oh, the angst that happened?
Explain.
Oh, you want me to talk about that?
Explain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't believe this. That was snatched from my hands.
Do you want to give everyone details?
Well, it was
No, I'm handing you the
right
microphone.
under me.
I'm putting it in your hands and then closing your fingers around the microphone.
I
This
bite
is
your hand.
your show now. Ah, fuck.
I bite your hand, I bite your hand, I bite your hand, I bite your hand, I bite your hand.
And here I thought we were done with the biting.
Everything
Old
has
habits.
everything has a comeback.
Did you just say cold hands?
Old habits.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm just looking at a thing.
So I was like,
Yeah,
how
we
did you know?
Yeah, we started our fight with the basilisk, and those goblins we were trying to stop from doing their, fucking what cult shit. And the last we left off, there was a fireball. We came back, fireball's still there. Everyone's locked in, Gale's not doing too good. Fight happens, we're starting to take him down. Gale's stressed. He's so stressed. Look at him. He's shaking in the corner like a small chihuahua.
Yeah.
The fight goes on, and I think it's when Charybdis starts at the start of the process of being petrified. Is when Gale breaks and starts seeing hallucinations of people being stoned.
Yeah, I mean,
that
he'd
he
been
summons-
hallucinating before, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
way
mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
worse.
that's
Ha ha ha
that's
ha.
like cool. That's like core knowledge, though. So Gale saw that, and he used a new spell he got from, I believe, either Zugatmoy or her
It was
son.
Zuckmoy.
Yeah.
Is
Is it Zugatmoy or Zugatmoy?
it's Zuckdamoy.
Zugatmoy. Okay. Yeah. Gale summoned a really fucked up version of Rika right in the middle of combat. And he's not doing good. Gang, he's not doing good. I think we cleaned up the fight pretty soon after that it showed up. And then everyone was in varying degrees of what the fuck is that. I believe Gale went full catatonic.
He kind of passed out.
Yeah. He passed out, talked to Rika for a very long time, and realized, oh shit, she also grieved? Question mark, question mark? Oh no, before that, Gale was given a choice between going down the Zuctamoy path or the Avandra path, and had a long talk with, Zuctamoy's son.
Do you remember his name?
No.
Tearfing. The name of his sword.
Thank you. Look, I'm no liar. I'll confidently admit I don't remember his name. Tearfing. I talked to Tearfing, and Tearfing basically went, gave him a kind of get yourself together speech. And so that happened. Then Gale said, "Fuck it, Avandra." Talked to. My connection kept going in and out. But talked to Rika for a little bit, then talked to Avandra, and then had to go back home after seeing people who care about you. Talk to them, you idiot. Shakes you, shakes you, shakes you. I believe that Hero and... Was it Hero and Leo talking?
Yep.
Yes.
They were talking about Pout and stuff. Lorraine was carrying Gale. And Quincy and and Charybdis were yapping while checking out cult shit. Yeah. I left. I think I left early, so I missed a bit of the end of the session.
Yeah, so towards the end of the session, we returned to the inn, and Leo turned to everyone and apologized for being rude and antisocial, etc. And then a new character was introduced.
And I missed it, cries.
Unfortunate. But we'll see more of her. Her name is Yin Shengyi, and she's a tabaxi who we have learned very little about other than she is connected to Bahamut somehow.
And very French.
Yeah.
Chinese name,
and-
very French accent.
Yeah. But after that, Gale had a little heart to heart with his dear eldest brother, Marithias.
Where you have
And-
to actually listen to him.
Yeah, and he did mostly, and then he kind of they had a chat about a lot of things, about like Merit's struggle and his sort of come to Sonny and Moonbow moment. And they talked about something that Tierfing mentioned earlier that could be relevant. It's a specific flower that Gale is interested in. And let's see. Merit has a curse. Got cursed by a hag when he was really young. They talked about their parents a little bit. They had a sibling bonding moment, even though they were still kind of at odds. And things are a little bit better now. And then Merit turned into a familiar looking cat and ran away. And Gale was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You take advantage of the fact I like kitty cats and you spy on me? Asshole? Asshole forever? And then passed back out
Yeah.
after
exactly.
a brief chat with Leo.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Asshole. Asshole forever.
You kick me it. You kick me it like football.
Death. Death to Merit.
That's
Death
just
to
you
Merit for
have-
1,000 years.
That's just you have to channel for your cat folk is Miette.
Oh. I mean, I could, but you'll see what direction she goes.
Damn. I can't wait to meet her.
So
You could talk to her. That's an option available to you.
yeah, it is. It absolutely is. So we pan in, to 2 days later, in your stay in Phandalin, because you guys kind of got your asses whipped a little bit in the Temple of Maglubian.
What?
A few of you almost got turned to stone, and then Gale kind of went bonkers.
Gale had a crash out moment.
Yeah, exactly. Gale had a bit of a crash out moment. So we pan in on what is now your estate that you have been given in Phandalin, the former Sindar Manor. And inside this particular manor, Leonidas has been hard at work, making it not shitty and falling apart.
Uh-huh.
The kind of meeting hall has been set up for your characters to meet in and kind of discuss what's going on and what to do next. Welcome, Eldritch. We did already introduce you, but I am glad to see you, and we're glad you're here. But yeah, so we pan in on you guys in your manor, and kind of in the meeting hall where Leo has kind of set up an area where all of you can sit, and there's tea on the table and things.
I think I would like to say that this is probably the first time most of the party has seen Gale since the events in the Temple of Maglubian.
Since the incident.
Uh-huh.
Since the incident. Yeah, and like he looks better now, still tired. But like he's sitting so normal and drinking tea like he's just the normalest little guy in the world. Looking
Like,
over
he was-
papers as usual.
He's only his normal
he
level of tired now.
Yeah,
Can I insight? Can I insight that boy?
Yeah.
sure.
Can I just what you do?
Now here's my
How you
question:
do?
would Quincy incite this? It's less the would the player and more would the
It's-
character.
It's so my line of thinking is like This is the first time Quincy's seen him in like several days. It's just more of a vibe check.
What is your passive insight?
Oh, how do I? Sorry for asking. How do I tell that question?
It's
mark?
10 plus your insight modifier.
12.
So we're gonna start using like passive stuff a little more. That way, there's less like having to dice roll. Gale, what do you think a 12 passive insight would get from you?
Well, if I were to hypothetically contest this, would this be performance, do you think?
Or
deception?
So here's the thing. It's a
Uh-huh.
general vibes check.
Just general vibes?
Yeah. So, unless you actively know that Quincy is kind of trying to check the vibe, I don't think you could really contest it currently.
Okay. All right. Gale is in the presence of others, and therefore is going to put on his prince vibes. So, like, he's gonna be acting like things are fine. So I don't know if that counts as, like, contesting it.
So, here is my thing. There is a very obvious change in Gale's mannerisms from the past week, 2 weeks of Gale hallucinating. Like, there's a very obvious shift in how Gale's acting now and how Gale has been acting. So what is
that's
that
fair.
difference is more what you're going to give.
Over the past 2 weeks, Gale has been, like, on the edge of his seat at every moment, jittery and twitchy and nervous and looking around him and very aware of his surroundings. But now he's very still. He seems tired and kind of quiet. But it's not like a bad thing necessarily. He seems more calm. For good or bad.
To be honest, the only version of you that Quincy has ever known
is
is
hallucination.
the stressed out version of you.
Yeah.
So, for the party members who have been around for a while, you guys would be able to see that Gale has kind of come back to his normal self. Kind of. He's less super stressed and more, I would say, laser
normal
focused.
Stressed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Leo kind of comes up and goes, well, we finished the repairs on the manor. And he'll kind of gesture vaguely to everything and goes, there are 5.5 bedrooms. One of the bedrooms is about the size of a closet, so that's why I say half. And then there's a fully finished basement, so that could be a 6th room. And then there's a guest house out back that has 3 bedrooms. We have, I think, 4 bathrooms, a wine cellar and a root cellar, and we have a recreation room, which can also maybe be converted into a bedroom if we need it. He says at the party.
Yeah. I think... I don't know. I look at my boy. He's a little trad boy. Surface trad boy. But I go, put this boy in the dark. Put him in there.
So, the basement's not exactly going to be total darkness, because, like, electricity does exist to a capacity.
I mean, yeah, it's...
and more...
It's also magic.
Yeah.
I mean, fair,
they're like glowy crystals. But
Hell yeah.
he could also, like, just turn his off and stay in constant darkness. That's an option for him. It's the I sit in my desolate room. No music, only darkness.
Well, I mean, I know like regular light exists.
Uh-huh.
I was more so thinking the absence of sunlight.
Yes,
to
that
his
makes
sensitive
sense.
little eyes. Yeah, that's where I was going with that. Was the
Okay.
the no sunlight?
The way
That's where I
you
was-
phrased it was like only darkness,
No.
no light.
No, I mean, I just meant like no sunlight. Just like give him a little room in the basement. His room is just the cave.
It's just the basement.
cave. Just the basement.
Don't go in the basement.
That's
There's a
just-
Quincy down there.
I mean, or do. He does look very smoochable. I'm just saying. You can go down there. He is friendly.
He doesn't bite.
Much.
It did.
Unlike the
genuinely,
player.
He doesn't bite. Rico might have bit.
But
Rico
yeah,
might have.
so
Yeah.
you know, Leo kind of addresses the party and kind of gives you the rundown of the place. There's also
Mhm.
a library upstairs. It's mostly fiction novels. Gail is still cataloging it.
Yes,
It's just all fiction.
So we came to kind of find out that this house used to belong to kind of a prolific fiction author. Hold on, what was the name that I gave him? I have to find it.
This just like imagining Leah saying it out loud. What name did I give that?
Just him. What it is it's him going, what was the author's name? This used to be the home of A.C. Dumas. He was an adventure novelist, wrote fantastical stories of heroes and knights and explorers, and this one guy who climbed the tower of an elephant or some form of nonsense like that. And then a lot of fan fiction about the gods. A lot of fan fiction about the gods.
Like at least 50% fan fiction of the gods?
No, it's like 4 bookshelves full in a like 80 bookshelf library, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's still a lot.
Huh.
They're like novel length.
I mean, oh, every one of them?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
It's interesting. That's
Okay.
what I'd call
yeah,
it.
I imagine it's very interesting.
They're well written, at least.
Yeah, no, he is.
So you've-
He is a prolific author for a reason.
Uh-huh.
You were going to ask a question?
Cool. Me? No. I have no question.
This is fucking. No, scary metal man. I was not going to question you.
No, it's not that. It's just like he genuinely had the questions. But to be fair, it can in fact just come out like that. He's just a terribly awkward little baby boy.
Yeah. And he'll just kind of go there. So I was wondering, for sake of questioning, what's our next move?
I mean, hang on. Let me pull up the list.
I believe Wave Echo Cave, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. We are dwindling down the things that we have to do by a lot. So it's the Wave Echo Cave. Yeah.
Hold on, I have to actively change your quest log because I forgot to do that.
Yeah, the temple is gone. It's just Leo, like, making sure everything's accurate.
Yeah, no, Leo, as a matter of fact, keeps the in-game quest journal. This is just Leo's journal.
He's so brave. I love him.
And Leo just kind of goes, so we have Wave Echo Cave, we have the Temple of Melora. Here is my question.
Yeah.
Who if anyone, I know Gundren Rockseeker wanted to go with us to Wave Echo Cave, because it's kind of his family's ancestral mine, and there's apparently an object there known as the Forge of Spells that he's looking into recovering. It can create magical items.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously his daughter wants to go with him because last time they were separated, he almost died.
Yeah, we can bring them along. I know we had someone who said they'd help us with the white dragon. I can't remember if anyone said the black dragon.
The defenders of Flan did want to help with the White Dragon, but yes, it would not be prudent at this time to remove the protectors of Flan from Phandalin, because they are rather competent.
I do know that Sir Leroy wanted to come with us into Wave Echo Cave.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
that's three people.
we will have a decent amount of help. And with our party as powerful as we are, we should, in theory, be okay.
Mm-hmm. So are we splitting up to go get the people we need and then meeting up to leave?
I can fetch the others. I believe a couple of you had some appointments that needed to be handled. Lorraine and Gail were going to have tea, I do believe.
Gale just takes a normal sip of his current tea. Nothing else. Doesn't hesitate at all or stall or look away. What?
I don't think I have anything good. Go ahead.
Lorraine, does Lorraine say anything at the mention of the potential tea party? Eldritch, you there? Alrighty. So yeah, Leo will just kind of like express the whole potential. You're okay. You're all right, Eldritch. Yeah. So Leo essentially is asking you, kind of how you're, about the whole how the whole
tea party
thing.
Fail.
Also, Eldritch, one thing that I will say, because I know you have some issues with being verbal, sometimes you can use the text to speech. That isn't, that way if you aren't feeling verbal, you can.
No, it wasn't a verbal thing. It was something else that happened in the room.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure, because I know for a while you were like nonverbal to a point of being mute. So I just wanted to make sure that wasn't.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, Leo has kind of addressed that you and Gale kind of have a tea appointment, essentially, to that and he's also kind of asking, do you want to do that before we go to Wave Echo Cave or after, to kind of, give opportunity for that to happen.
Yeah, I think Lorraine would ask to do it before.
And Leo will just kind of go, all right, well, you and Gale can have your discussion when, I go and grab our accompaniment, essentially.
I can go with you. I don't have anything going on.
That would be quite nice. You can go and get Sir Leroy while I go and fetch Gundren.
Okay.
That way,
It may also be prudent for anyone to resupply should they need it before we head out.
That is also a good idea. Resupplying, buying health potions.
Yes, precisely.
Potentially more powerful weapons, things of that nature, should you need them. Buying arrows. It's really big. big thing I would suggest, because I'm running low on mine, so I'm gonna go buy like 50 arrows.
My range? No, I'm big sword man.
I
don't
mean,
say that in character.
you do have a crossbow.
How am I doing? Yeah, let me look at my fucking ammo count. Do I not okay. Sorry, continue.
But Leo kind of look at Gale and is like, "Hey, I'm spending money because your money is pooled together as one giant bag of gold."
Yeah, Gail will hand it over.
Their savings account.
Like this is kind of routine. Gail will just let Leo take control of that, and we'll adjust the books later.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's just like, "Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to go and get ready to do that. Is there anything you need me to pick up, Mithrin Gale?"
Primarily just healing potions, yes.
Okay.
That, I think, is everything I was thinking of.
All right.
I go out of character. Don't we have like a shit ton of those?
No.
Or do we need more?
No, a lot of you have used your health potions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I have
couldn't
5 left.
remember. Okay, I couldn't remember entirely how many were.
Because I think
Yeah,
everyone was given 2 out of Rika's inventory, and then
Yeah.
some people just had
A
didn't
lot of
have-
them were
yeah.
used.
Yeah, and a lot of them have been used because my combats have kind of been hard lately.
Uh-huh.
That's okay. But yeah, I think similar to Leo, Quincy's probably getting ready and probably heading towards the door.
And Leo will kind of look over to Charybdis and go, "Is there anything you needed to do before we head out?"
No, I'm pretty sure I'm all set.
Okay. Just so you're aware, tonight is a blood moon.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah, just
There's definitely enough of us in case something goes wrong.
well, I'm saying more if we get into combat, your were-shark form is going to be stronger.
Ah, gotcha.
But also, and he'll like just gently pull the obsidian sword out and go, "I do have a backup plan if things go awry."
Yeah, that's true.
Leonona, don't threaten our dear companions.
I'm not threatening Charybdis. Literally, Charybdis asked me to have a backup plan should this happen. This is me reassuring my friend.
Gail will look to Charybdis to make sure, like, yeah, that's the case. Like, you don't feel
I
threatened.
don't remember asking for that, but I could believe it, honestly.
All right. If I can think of anything else, I'll send you a sending. Be safe.
Thank you. And after you and Lorraine have a talk, you and I need to talk in private.
Of course.
And then he will head out the door.
Yippee!
Just write that down real quick.
So who would like to go first as far as what you're doing pre-game of Wave Echo Cave?
I mean, if no one else, I do have like one thing I want to ask Leo, and then go get Sir Leroy.
Okay.
Unless someone else wants to go, in which case, I can wait.
I mean, you kind of have the floor.
Okay. me picks up the floor. Wow, wonder why no one else has. Yeah. So I wasn't there technically, like when Leo was like, "Hey, sorry about that," but Quincy was there. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I think before they like part ways, cause like it looks like there's like a pathway before it hits town.
Yeah.
Also, the sound of just like heavy armor walking down the road. It's just these two.
Well, for you,
Clank,
because I
clank,
believe you're
clank.
wearing what, chainmail?
I am wearing a chain, yeah.
So yours is like a jingling sound. His is like a heavy clunk sound, because not only is he wearing metal armor, he is made of metal.
So
I
banging
sound
pots
like-
and pans.
It sound like some big knight's fucking coin purse right now.
Yeah,
Jingle,
that's
jingle,
exactly what you sound like.
I think as like the door closes and they start walking, Quincy still hasn't quite let go of like you must be at like you must be like on
Proper when.
yeah, proper.
So I will
Yeah.
say, normally when it comes to how the Flaming Fist operate, warrior to warrior, it's very
Yeah.
camaraderie focused. But like when there's
Uh-huh.
a noble present, that's when you're kind of prim and proper. Leo is
mean-
not considered a noble.
I hear you, and I understand that. But I also raise you. This man has been giving me death looks for several days.
He does not know
And
you,
I've
and he
been-
does not trust you. And his fiance was just in a very vulnerable position. That is why he was
Yeah,
giving
no.
you death glares.
No, I know that, right? And like, I'm just like saying it's just from the perspective of like, maybe if I show this guy that I can be really cool and proper, we'll be chill. That's just sort of the mindset I wanted
Yeah.
to toss at
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
But no, I think, as they're like walking, he will look over at Leo, who I think is definitely taller than him.
Oh, by like
Definitely
almost 2
taller.
feet.
Yeah,
Leo-
he's,
Leo
what,
is
7
huge.
feet?
Almost.
He's
He's
7
six
feet tall.
6'11".
Damn, I'm 5. But it's just like looking up. So, I had a question.
Yes,
Perhaps.
Flame Quincy. Hit you with
God,
the
I
name
love
and
this.
rank.
At this point, might as well be talking to one of the people from his
One of his
what
superior
he
officers,
called-
yeah.
Yeah. I was perhaps wondering if you would be willing to help me train when it comes to combat, fighting.
And he kind of lets out a... Like, he doesn't need to breathe, but he does it
Yeah.
to still feel normal. Like, he has
Yeah.
functioning lungs. They're just artificial.
Mhm.
And he just lets out a
Mhm.
deep sigh, and he goes, "Now is not the time."
I didn't mean quite.
No, I
now.
mean, like, emotionally, I am not ready to be there and help anyone right now. Like,
Yeah,
and
I
won't
meant-
be for the next few months.
Yeah, I apologize. I meant more so just in general for the future. But...
I know, but, like, maybe ask in a month or two when I am
Oh, okay.
a little more emotionally stable.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I know you weren't. I know you weren't
bad.
there, and no, it's not your fault. You didn't know Rika or the situation or kind of how heavy it hit us, especially Gail. Being, her fiance and whatnot. But the whole party is, in their own way, I think, still mourning, or at least it's still a fresh wound.
I imagine so. I understand.
And
What it's like to be in that
m-
position.
yeah, and my constant sparring partner was Rika.
I understand. Yeah. It was something I'd been thinking about asking, but I wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah, no.
Um,
The best I can really do right now without accidentally really hurting you is give you advice on your form.
I can wait. It's not a big deal. I was just wondering. So.
Yeah. I unfortunately have had a time of it in the past few weeks and am not exactly okay enough to be there.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the sentiment, and I apologize for giving you death glares for the consistent time you've been in the party. I'm really protective of my fiance and liege lord.
I understand. And I also understand grief is a terrible thing to deal with. It sucks. There's nothing easy about it. But yeah, it's okay. I imagine were I in your position, I would be much the same. It's an incredibly, it seems like an incredibly difficult, don't want to say difficult, taxing thing to be on alert at all times.
Difficult is definitely a word I'd use for it. It's difficult to not jump at every shadow, essentially.
Mhm.
It's difficult to not have my sword drawn at all times.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
I didn't take it personally. I understand it's just a occupational
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
occupational hazard.
it's less occupational and more. That's my literal future husband,
Right.
and I will kill for him quickly.
Of course. Yeah. Uh-huh. He has never stood up straighter than he is right now.
Yeah,
He's already standing
it's that
straight.
it's that like it's the murderous tone of that Leo gets, and like his
Well-
eyes glow right before he kills someone.
I understand I'm just a stranger to everybody.
Well, you're more than that at this point, because you have shed blood
Yeah.
with us, and you have fought beside us, and that means more than most people. So that means you're part of, I guess we are guild now, but
Yeah, but
it's still new, and you'll learn. This group grows on you, and you'll mesh well. From what I've seen of your personality, you're a goody two shoes, from what I can tell. Especially being from like the Flaming Fist.
Comes with the occupation.
Territory. Yeah. Well, not all in your order are good. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, he pulls like a grimace on his face, and I think this is like the first time he's ever had anything other than like
Other
the
Flaming
reverse.
Fist members around.
Yeah, well, he's always rehearsed and like it's pleasant, but it's like he just pulls like a face about it. Yeah, I understand. However, I am not them, and I would like to imagine that at the very least, you know, most of the people are good at heart. At the very least.
I know there was a sect of your order that operated out of Luskin that were being bribed by the Luskin underworld to look the other way as they committed piracy off the Sword Coast and in the Moon Sea, and I slaughtered quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Because they decided that they were going to go with these pirates and try and sell stolen goods to Melvaunt. And that was a bad idea for them. I gave them a very hard time.
I would imagine, but rest assured, I do have no.
I believe you. You're part of the Neverwinter. You're part of the Baldur's Gate ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you have to deal with Jaheira and Minsk on a regular basis, I would assume.
Yeah.
So it's probably a bad idea for any of you guys to be corrupt, because they'll just kill you. Have you ever?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Jaheira angry. I have. One time. At the time High Warden of Melvaunt pissed off Jaheira once. I never want to see her angry again. She turned into a fucking panther and almost murdered him. It was kind of funny.
I count my lucky stars that I've never been on anybody's particularly bad side or seen them particularly angry. Be it I've mostly been keeping myself busy with various things that pop up and
Baldur's Gate and whatnot. Yeah, I would assume cleaning up from the Absolute Crisis was probably a big deal.
That was a mess.
Yeah, last I heard there were fucking intellect devourers in the countryside.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was a process. I'm sure there's still I'm sure they will be cleaning up the remnants till the end of time. Or until something closer to that.
Yeah, I mean, or until the next crisis happens. Because, you know, that's just kind of how Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter and Waterdeep operate. It's crisis to crisis at this point.
It lends well, I guess, for job experience, for adventuring, I guess.
Yeah?
Similar in that things never really stop. Which doesn't really help when other things are happening, but
I mean, at least it helps keep volunteer militias like yours employed.
Yeah, I've I can complain about many things, but not having a job is not one of them.
Yeah, it must be nice having job security. Like, I know a lot of adventurers that like sit and don't have work for months on end.
Yeah.
Not every adventuring party is as lucky as the one that Gail and I have signed up for. I guess lucky isn't exactly the word I'd use. We kind of stumble into trouble a lot.
Yeah, it keeps the mind busy at least. Well, like those working dogs who need something to do at all times or they'll go crazy.
Yeah.
Sort of, as long as I'm doing some kind of job, means I don't have to go out and find things to do.
Exactly. Well, this is where we will take our leave. I must go and find Gundren. Sir Leroy should be in the inn, if you want to go and grab him. And then Leo will kind of dip.
Yeah, as soon as Leo was like walking ahead of him, his shoulders relaxed a little bit.
Yeah.
He like lets out a sigh. He can breathe.
This poor
Not that
boy.
Leo isn't a pleasant guy to be around.
He's
but
just
he could
terrifying.
Kill me without
yeah.
He could kill me without even trying.
Yes, he can.
Yeah. It's off to get Leroy. He was with us when we were arresting people, right?
Yes.
The mayor.
No, he wasn't with you. Sir Tarnas, this dragonborn down here, was with you. That was a very large token.
It was too big. I don't know what happened.
Here, put it back. I'll make it small.
Yeah.
Enormous cat.
Yeah, I will go and find Sir Leroy. I will him.
Okay. He is in the inn. He is currently kind of in like an inn room that has been set up for him and paid for by Cynthia Hallwinter. He's kind of taking up the rooms that you guys no longer are occupying. The bartender will kind of let you know that he's in like the third door down the hallway. If you want to go and like knock on his door and stuff.
Yeah. I will make her and go do that.
Okay. So you knock on the door and Sir Leroy opens the door. This is a 19-year-old boy. He's only just old enough to be a man. And he is dressed in what looks like armor that doesn't quite fit. Like it's probably a hand-me-down, and a well-fitted tabard on top of it, which happens to look baggy because the armor doesn't really fit. He's got like a long blue cloak, and he's got a griffin symbol on the front of his tabard. And he just kind of looks at you and goes, good afternoon. How may I help you?
Yeah, a member of the Flaming Fist knocking at your
Yeah,
door.
well, this is like two militia groups that act as like defense and policing forces for two separate cities, because the Order of the Griffin is basically to Icewind Dale. The Order of the Griffin is to Icewind Dale and what the Flaming Fist is to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, let's see what's clear his throat a little bit. I was told to fetch you because we are the group associated with Gale. Gale and his party are going. The Dawnblades are going to deal with Wave Echo Cave, and I was told to see if you were coming.
I am. May I ask your name? I don't think I've met you yet.
Flame Quincy. A pleasure to meet you.
And he kind of dips his head and he goes, Griffin Rider, Sir Leroy of Daggerdale. And he'll hold his hand out for like the warrior's like forearm grab shake.
Yeah. I'll shake his. I'll warrior handshake this man.
He'll nod and he'll go, my Griffin unfortunately cannot accompany us into the cave, but I will be fine without her.
Okay. I will let them know, I guess, or you can.
I will let them know.
Yeah. I was told to come and get you, since we are preparing to leave. There's a few appointments and things that are happening, and then we're heading out. So,
Alright.
you don't have to come up right away. But I will probably be heading back. And I'll like tell him the directions to the house.
Yeah.
I will be off. You can join me. You don't have to. But have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, I will be at the at the manor. I do know where it is. Thank you.
You're welcome. And he's gives
and
him a nod.
He'll nod back and like give you the warrior's salute and then shut the door.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he will leave.
Two people that don't know how to end a social interaction. Awkward 19-year-old and
just slaps his eyes. Welp.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I personally am staring at Cat. At Cat in the corner. That's me in the corner.
TM.
Yin is just hanging out. Yin is just there. Okay, ignore her.
I don't. Okay.
Yin over at Barthen's Provisions for no apparent reason.
Oh, I was gonna put her at the inn.
The inn is over here where Sir Leroy is.
Right.
This is the provisions shop over here.
Okay.
Then you could catch Quincy coming out if that's something you so desired.
Would you like to?
Do you feel like speaking in a French accent?
I'm always down for accents. It's just whether or not you would like Quincy to interact with Yin.
I mean, I'm down. Yes, I'm not. I'm gonna stop beating around the sandwich.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I would like to meet your cat, but also, we can come back to this and let someone else do it if you want. Or, yeah, I'll meet your cat. Fuck it, why not?
Okay, cool, fun.
I'll meet your little flurbo.
Let me remind myself. I didn't pull up her document. Let me grab that.
Do I have 0 point?
Yeah, you have inspiration.
Thank you.
The 0 points are Pathfinder.
Oh. Okay.
This is
this is
inspiration. Because it's 5e.
It's inspiration. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, Yin saw this dude earlier with the rest of the party.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so as Quincy is on his way out, Yin's gonna come up and tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
She's on the opposite side.
Okay. Hands around.
She
Yeah.
waves.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, he flipped my eye. Okay. Hi. How can I help you?
Hello. You're with the Dawn Blades, yes?
I am. Yes.
I have not heard much from them since I introduced myself. Should I meet with someone perhaps?
I mean, we are getting ready to head out to a thing.
Ooh, where?
We're... I'm just imagining him utterly bewildered at
Oh
this.
yeah. Her ears are perked up, tail wiggling. She's like in your face and like moving around like a cat does. It's something that's interesting.
He blinks.
Blinks one eye
We're
at a
heading
time.
No, he's blinking both eyes at the same time. I'll have you know. He takes a second. We're going to deal with the Wave Echo Cave. So we have things we need to settle in there.
Oh, an echoing cave. Wonderful. And I will ask if I may tag along. What is your name? You are one of them, yes?
I am, yes. I am Flame Quincy. You can just call me Quincy.
She takes your hand, shakes it vigorously with both of hers back and forth, not up and down.
Okay.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Quincy.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you as well.
This is giving.
I am Yin.
This is giving Khajiit has wares if you have gold.
Yeah, I was just about to head back up to the house where everyone else is. So, like, you can join if you want.
I think I would like to, yes. And she links her arm around yours.
Okay. Giving this man no options.
No options.
Alright. Cool. Yeah. And like, as they walk along, God, I think he's just staring at you, looking ahead, staring at you. Like, what the
She's just
fuck?
staring at him the whole time, big old dark eyes. And like after like 30 seconds out the door, it's just, so where are you from?
Baldur's Gate.
And your name is Flame? You are a Flaming Feast?
Yes.
How did you get into that profession?
I applied to work with the Flaming Fist, and they accepted me, and I trained, and then I got my rank.
Training for the Flaming Fist usually starts directly out of like primary school.
Yeah. Fair.
And like when you volunteer for the Flaming Fist, you start as a page, which is in their like in the vocabulary of the Flaming Fist is known as a spark, and then you become an ember, which is a squire, and then a flame, which is the lowest actual rank.
Yeah, I think he'd explain this to your little guy.
I see. From a single spark to a roaring flame. Beautiful.
Yep. Yeah. So now I'm here and I'm traveling with the group.
What a wonderful story. Thank you.
Yeah. And you?
Oh, I am from many places.
Oh, okay. Anywhere most recent?
Most recent, I suppose you would call it in residence, to a sort of cult, you might say.
Okay.
Yeah. But before that, I spent a lot of time in Cormier and a few villages in the Sword Coast, traveling back and forth. Typical adventurer work, you know?
Cormier, you would know, Quincy, is the home of the
Yeah.
Purple Dragon Knights,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
which is currently the strongest standing army in the entirety of the Sword Coast. Actually, kind of the strongest standing army in the world, because they ride purple dragons into battle.
God. Yeah, I think at the mention of Cormier, he just starts thinking about the Purple Dragon Knights. Ooh, sorry about that.
Immediately, it's Cormier, you don't say.
Yeah. Interesting. What did you think of Cormier?
It was very interesting. The Purple Dragon Knights are fascinating. People I greatly admire. And you... hey DM.
Yes.
I think Yin's gonna squint at Quincy real quick, and then she's gonna use one of her features real quick in her hand. So I am going to, right here, learn Quincy's alignment.
Oh yeah, except for no evil.
He's a narc.
Lawful good.
Actually, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure he's lawful good. Oh no, sorry, he's chaotic. I put it. I'm making him like lawful good. That doesn't. This bitch is he's straight edge.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's a lawful good little guy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, she looks at you, and then she raises up her hand and throws a handful of golden petals into your face, and looks very pleased with herself.
Oh. Okay. What was that?
It means you are a very good person, worthy of respect.
Thank you. I do my best.
It also helps that you are very handsome, so, you know, perks.
I think he blinks rapidly a couple times. This is, I think, I like to imagine him, he doesn't get, he's the type who's not very used to compliments, so he's a little...
And so, where is this Wayback Cave, huh?
Oh, yeah, we can, we can talk about that once we get with the group.
I will say, as
Yeah.
you guys are kind of rocking up to the house, you do see in the yard is a big fuck off griffin.
Oh. Hey, bud.
It just kind of looks at you, and like, griffins can growl, but it's like, kind of like a chittering noise. But it basically means, do not fuck with me right now.
He puts his hands up. I just want to go in the house.
Yeah, he's
I
just
will
like
not be
laying
bothering you.
in the yard.
Alright,
that is
cool.
a sign that Leroy beat you here.
Cool, yeah. It's, okay. Give the bird as much space as it fucking wants.
Yeah. That bird
Ian looks
could...
at the griffin.
Mhm.
And Quincy. At the griffin. Quincy.
What? Yeah.
Do you not like aliens?
No, I respect birds, and I respect griffins, and I respect animals. So when they do not want to be bothered, I do my best to give them the space that I can give them. So let's
It is
keep
very
trucking.
sensible.
Yeah, let's keep
Trucking,
along
yes.
and-
Yeah, because that griffin could tear you to pieces if it wanted to.
Yeah, I know.
Even at
Yeah,
level
he's
8.
Yeah, he's walking fast. Faces fast, and he's homebound.
So we're gonna go back in time a little bit. While Leo and Quincy were on their way to the inn, we pan over to Gail and Lorraine.
Yeah, so back at the table with tea after everyone just left.
Yep.
Okay. So, switching tracks. All right. Yeah, I think Gale will just stand and will gesture to the tea and look to Lorraine and say,
Miss Valith, would you care to adjourn to the library perhaps for some more privacy?
Oh, that sounds fine by me.
Gale will nod and with the little mage hand pick up everything and take Lorraine to the that's a big griffin, to the library.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely can. And the library is vast. It is hidden behind a massive tapestry. The tapestry depicts a valiant knight fighting a dragon, astride a like unicorn Pegasus.
Awesome.
And like it's like classic 80s romance novel cover level of art. And that's kind of the tapestry you tuck behind to get into the library, which doesn't exactly have a door. It's literally just the tapestry. It's like your friend in college that always had the beads instead of a door. That's the vibe.
Yeah. So yeah, Gale will let Lorraine in first, and then when he closes the tapestry, DM, could I have cast a spell on this library, this room, at some point in the past couple days?
The one that makes it silent around the room?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Cool. All right. So yeah, Gale closes the tapestry, and it is very silent. You could hear a pin drop, and you definitely hear the clatter of the tea stuff being set down on a table. Gale will busy himself, making it look nice and fancy and getting some chairs and everything arranged, and he's fiddling with things.
Lorraine's going to help where she can and arranging chairs and who knows what. She's not exactly fancy, but she will do what she can and
Hey,
just
Lorraine.
generally helping.
I need you to roll me a perception check, please.
Or perception. Where's my perception? There's my perception. Boop.
So, Lorraine, for a split second, you believe that you and Gale are not alone. For a split second, out of like the corner of your eye, you could see a lithe elven man with like deep, like dark armor and hair. But when you looked at him, he was gone.
He's seen weirder things.
Yeah. No, that's fine. It's normal.
Gale, you also saw this. You don't have to make a perception check. But
Gale
you
knows the blade he
also
has
saw
on his
this.
hip.
Yeah. You also saw this.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's not that you also saw it, you're actively seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. Gale is ignoring this.
Tierfing will find a seat in a corner and read a book and try to make it not conspicuous. There's just a book floating.
I'm not eavesdropping. What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I can't help but be here. I'm locked to that sword, and there's some really good fan fiction in this bookshelf.
Fair enough.
It's I don't get a
Okay.
choice but to be here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Gale gets everything set out, and then beyond the point where everything needs to be fiddled with, continues to fiddle in a rather noticeable attempt of procrastinating the conversation.
Yeah, Lorraine's gonna like sit down essentially. Gail, you've been calmer. That's good. How are you feeling?
Perfectly fine. Everything's fine again and normal, and I'm doing much better.
You hear, Gail, you can hear. Liar! Liar!
Gil kind of shoots a very quick, very small glare at the corner where the book is floating. Like, shut up, shut up.
Lorraine, with your perception check from earlier, you hear almost an imperceptible whisper of the word liar.
On the wind.
Yeah. It's as if the wind.
Lorraine sort of like looks down at her own lap. My friend Gail, I've been a mother before. You do not need to lie to my face. Sit down, please.
Gil will sit, properly chastised. He looks a little sheepish.
Lorraine, the floor is yours.
Yeah,
Tierfing has nothing else to say at the moment.
I wanted to come talk to you about a couple of things that's been happening.
Of course.
Yeah. I feel it may not be my place to talk about this with you, but you've been avoiding talking about this to many other people. So,
Yes,
I'm
well,
taking it upon myself.
my actions affected all of you equally, and I am sorry for what happened, and
I'm
will
not
not happen
asking
again.
I'm not asking for an apology, my friend Cal. I know that kind of pain. The kind that lingers like a shadow and refuses to leave. When she sort of like pauses, clenching her own like pop. When my daughter was taken from me, my world crumbled. It wasn't just her death that hurt, but the way everything I loved was ripped away all at once. And for years, I've fought with everything I had to make those who did that pay. The paladins that slaughtered my family, I still chase them in the dark, seeking some sort of justice or revenge, maybe. It's hard to say anymore. And yet, there are moments where even I wonder if what I'm doing is right. If it's what my daughter would have wanted. If seeking vengeance like this will heal the scars in my heart. I've tried to bring her back, and I still am, you know. You know, the beings I've made bargains with. It's sketchy, to say the least. Most people wouldn't even dare to.
So that's... I understand. I am sorry for your loss.
It's quite okay. There's no turning back time now, you know?
No.
It's happened now. It's a matter of doing what I can. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying you should forget her. You can't.
I could never.
Not after everything you've lost, but I wonder if I'm not seeing the whole picture. When you called forth that thing, trying to bring her back, it wasn't her you were summoning, was it? It was the memory of her.
Yes.
And memories are tricky. They can pull us under if we're not careful. And while it feels like you're holding on to something precious, it may be setting you back from healing. It's not just your grief, Gale, it's her absence, too. And it hurts. It always will. But there is more to life than grief. You don't have to let it consume you.
I cannot afford to. I understand this.
For yourself as much as everyone else here.
For the sake
No.
of my position.
It's more than just your position, Gale.
For the sake of your own
Yeah.
mental health, Tearfing will say from the background.
You know, I've spent years facing ghosts, but I can't pretend I'm not still here. Still alive. And so are you, Gale. You're still here. Surrounded by people who care about you. Leo, for example. He sees you. He wants to help you. But you can't keep letting him out. You can't keep running away from what's right in front of you.
So this is what you wanted to talk about.
It's more than just that. I know this isn't easy. There's no right way to grieve. Not for someone you've lost like this. And he pauses for a long while. He's almost hesitant to keep talking about what she has in mind right now, but he goes through with it, and maybe I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't the mother I could have been to her. She didn't know me like one, though I'd hoped she might have one day. Maybe it's my fault, but I did the best I could, even when I was too afraid to reach out to her in the way I should have. Sometimes grief makes us feel small, like we're not worth anything. But it's never too late. Yeah. It's never too late to step away from the darkness and choose to live again.
Lorena, I want you to make me another perception check, this time at advantage.
Sure.
I will also note, Gail has been on the verge of tears through several points in this discussion.
That's fine.
So, with those 2 perception checks that you've made that are very high, standing behind Gale, almost like leaning on his chair on the back, is a live, young-looking elf with black, shadowy, wispy hair. He's very clearly a ghost.
Yeah.
And he just goes, you know, what you're saying goes for you, too. It's not your fault that if a dragon takes someone away from you.
I'm aware.
Gail will look up, like, looking at Lorraine, and then a tear thing behind him, and then just like, oh, she can see him?
Oh, he's real?
That's not a hallucination? Oh, fuck.
Not this time.
But yeah, Lorraine does struggle a bit at it, but she does like go back to talking. I I can't bring Rika back. I can't undo what's been done.
No one can. She she chose to be there, and she is choosing to stay. So no one can make her choose differently. I was able to speak with her when I lost consciousness.
Good.
She seems to be doing well.
Yeah. We can't undo what's been done, but I know I still have a purpose, and so do you.
Of course, yes.
Don't
I
let
have a lot to do.
don't let this define you. Not in a way that locks you away forever. You're still a part of this world, and I can't promise things will get easier, but if you let me, I can stand by you through it. You don't have to carry this alone. I won't tell you how to grieve. It's your heart to mend. But I'll be here if you need someone to sit with you, or if you ever want to talk about anything. And
That's very considerate. Thank you. And I didn't thank you before for carrying me out of Temple of McLubiot and ensuring that I returned.
yeah, and you're not the only one who's lost, Gail. I've fought my demons just like you, but I'm still here, and I think that you can still find your way through this when you're ready.
Well, I do have many people around me, and you offering to help me is an additional comfort. But
And Gale kind of like looks away a little bit and like bites his lip, and like his hands are fully clenched around his teacup, and he looks anxious, almost as anxious as he's been lately. Different kind,
Yeah.
but still the same kind of intensity.
Lorraine is going to sort of reach over and just gently put her hand over your clenched hands over the teacup.
Miss Valith, Leo left. I was there, and he walked away, and I don't know what to do about it. He's been there since, and we've talked and chatted amicably, but I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what I did. I mean, I know what I did. I know what I did. But I don't know how to fix it or what to do now.
Maybe it's finally time you actually talked in a way. You've chatted, maybe, but I don't think either of you have listened to each other, at least not properly.
I do try. Neither of us are very... We have difficulties with communication because of years and years of barriers.
I get that. I think it would do you some good if you looked at him not as some sort of guardian, but sat down with him and actually talked with one another as what you really are. You know? I mean,
What do you mean?
he's your fiance. Yeah.
Yes, of course he is.
And talk to him like he is. Let him in. Because he haven't been. Not for the past couple of weeks, I think, at least.
What if he doesn't want to?
It's not about if you do it at that moment. It is about giving him the option to, and then letting him come to you when he is ready.
But what if he doesn't?
He will go.
Well, he walked away.
He did, but he still loves you. That hasn't changed. You know that just as well as I do.
Of course. He's been there so long.
He knows you. And he knows
He
when you're
does.
sending him away. So don't.
You're right, of course. No, you are correct. I have been distancing myself from everyone.
I understand why. Especially after a loss like this. I can only imagine that you're scared that if you get too close to people yet again, you may have to deal with it all over again, but
I'm scared that he will.
I know.
If I get too close to him, he will experience the same thing that he has been with Rika again. He's devastated. We all are. I am. It's horrendous, but I don't know if I can do that to him again. He will outlive me, most likely.
It's life. Yeah, you lose people. We all do. But thinking it's a mercy to shut people that love you out, that is a harsher punishment than any death could give him.
I see. Well, we can't have that. We can't.
No, we can't.
Very well. Thank you for your frankness.
I just hope you'll take what I've said into there. I hope you'll take what I've said into consideration as a friend or as whatever you want to see it as.
Well, a deity recently told me to listen more to people, so I have been trying. When it becomes the point where divine intervention needs to occur, you know you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. You're doing great, though. You know that. A lot of people wouldn't be here.
Perhaps there would also be some who would.
Yeah, and you're one of those. That says a lot, don't you think?
Well, the only thing we can do is move forward. There is no backwards. The magic
There is
isn't
no backwards.
sustainable.
Technically. And Tierfing just
Mhm.
stops. Tierfing just he opens his mouth, he says that, and he just stops and he goes, "Now is not the time. Now is not the
Lorraine
time."
immediately stares at him.
Reads the room, stops himself.
Technically what?
Chronomancy is possible.
Yes, I know it's possible, but not on the scale of this variety.
But now is not the time for me to discuss that with you. I am very bad sometimes at reading runes. But she's right about the whole opening up to people. Like, the reason I haven't been chiming in is because, like, she's just right. Out of character. I'm glad someone got my joke. But he just goes, she's right. Like, I'm glad that you have a support system that is willing to come to you and talk to you. But opening up and speaking to people is probably one of the best things you can do. Trust me, take it from me.
Well-
I didn't speak to anyone and then I died.
Yes, far be it from me to eschew the wisdom of my elders.
Hey, I'm not that old. He's just like, he just counts on his fingers. Okay, it has been several centuries since I was a living person, but still.
Yeah, Gail's kind of just smirking a little bit. Like he was crying. He was. And then he poked a little fun at Tearfing, and now he seems to have leveled back out. So he sniffs, he writes his face a little bit, and he looks to Lorraine. And he's so sad. He's a little sad boy, but he looks grateful. And he grabs Lorraine's hands which were already clutching his, like he puts one of his hands on top of hers to kind of sandwich them, and clutches them, like kind of like squeezes them a little bit, and nods to kind of express his gratitude without words.
Yeah, Lorraine nods back. You're a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for.
Thank you. Well, we should leave this room, probably.
Yeah.
Now that we have your point has been made.
Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with me about this, to encourage me to reach out to others.
Yeah.
And I would hope that in the future, should anything else occur, I could look to you for help. Because I would like you to do the same.
Of course. My wisdom is always open to you if you need it.
Thank you. I have not met many maternal figures in my life. You know, I never knew either of my mothers from a young age, and most of the individuals I interact with they never interact with me on a more personal level, such as the nature of my profession. So it is refreshing, I suppose, is my point. To speak with someone who knows something of raising another person at all.
Yeah.
And I think Gail will kind of taper off and make polite excuses to leave.
Yeah. Lorraine insists that she will like clear up the tea set and everything from the library herself.
Tearfing goes, I can also help with that. The more people that can see me, the more I can interact with the physical world.
That is most unusual. You can actually see him, can't you?
Yes, the elf boy. Man.
Tearfing. Tearfing
Yes,
is my
that
name.
is
Tearfing.
the spirit of
wait,
my blade.
The sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, my soul's in the sword.
I see. that explains why you're here. Well, feel free to help.
Yeah, nice to meet you, by the way. And he'll like hold his hand out to see if he can shake your hand.
Lauren's gonna sort of reach out and try.
So, being the nature of your pact, you can
Mhm.
interact with things that are not quite of the mortal world, and you can, in fact, like his hand has purchase. There is like you can grasp his hand and shake it.
Alrighty, yeah. Firm handshake.
Fascinating.
He's like, yes, I'm working my way back.
All right, I shall leave you to it then.
Well,
And Gale
we'll meet
hesitates.
At that moment, there's a knock at the like tapestry entrance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gale will go to open it because it has to be opened.
As you open it, standing there is your very, very tall fiance.
Perfect timing.
Oh, yes. We just finished our tea.
I'm gonna look over at Tearfing. Alright, let's hurry up.
Yeah, let's get
Come
out.
on.
He's like, he just picks up the whole like tablecloth and starts
Oh my
carrying
God.
it out like a bindle. Like, you have no idea how many tables I've bust like that. It's actually really effective.
Oh, well, they're certainly in a hurry.
As Lorraine
Is that-
leaves, she sort of like leans in.
Leo just kind of looks at it and goes, "Is that tablecloth floating?"
It would appear that way, yes.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna go ahead and think and just pretend that's an unseen servant, not weird demon shit.
Not demon.
You see
it
him like
doesn't
his
matter right
eyes
now.
glow, and he goes, "Oh, undead. Cool.
Perhaps.
Yeah, no, this is not a perhaps. I'm using divine sense. That's an undead."
Immaterial at this moment. Either way.
And Gale's gonna start to like try and continue out
And
to go about the many excuses that he was making to leave.
yeah, you just kind of see Leo step in because he knows this room is private. And he looks
Uh-huh.
at Lorraine and just kind of goes, "I need the room."
Yeah, of course.
Thanks.
Lorraine just sort of leans in. Remember what we talked about. Come on. And I sort of like
Of course.
walk out behind.
Following
Perfect.
the floating bindle of glassware.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, Gale will walk back into the library and tidy up a little bit after the tea and put chairs back and fiddle around yet again.
Leo comes over because he knows Gale's stalling tactics, and like puts a hand on his and he goes, "Mithrin and Gale, sit down."
Of course. Yes.
Gale will sit immediately.
Leo does not. Leo is pacing. Which Gale would know. This is what he does when he has like a lot on his mind and he's about to like ramble. He also does this when he info dumps about like special interests and shit. So Gale at this moment can't really tell which is gonna happen.
Okay. So hold on. Let me roll a D2. I forget how.
Just slash roll 1d2, unless you're doing it in the Discord and it's exclamation point roll 1d2.
Okay, so 1 will be something important, 2 will be swords. Okay, something important is Gale's guess. Gale will remain quiet.
He takes a second and he takes a deep breath and he goes, "So I have bad news."
Of course. What other kind is there?
Sometimes there's good news, like the fact that we apparently now have a very helpful undead that's willing to carry out our dirty tea sets.
Well, he's been around for some time now. You remember the sword that I inadvertently attacked with?
The crazy possessed sword, yeah.
Yes, so that would be him.
Ah, cool. Sentient weapon. Good to know.
Well, less like a sentient weapon, more the soul of an individual was turned into a weapon.
Oh. So necromancy bullshit. Got it.
Yes.
So, as you probably guessed, in the Temple of McLubeid, I was pissed at you.
Gale shrinks immediately.
Yeah, because, like, he's not holding back at this point. We are in private. I can be as blunt as possible. You told me specifically to do so. And he goes, I was very angry with you for, I would think, very obvious reasons.
Gale doesn't say anything. He just sits there and lets Leo be angry at him.
Now, I will say this now. I am no longer angry with you. However, in my anger, I did something I shouldn't have. Which was walk away from you when I was needed. And I recently had a chat with another undead. Because and he just kind of he tapers off. And he like it looks like he's
Oh, Gale's not looking.
Well, I'm assuming Gale would look when he inevitably like stops speaking entirely.
If it takes him longer than like a normal natural pause in conversation, he might.
It does.
Okay.
So, how do I explain this?
Gale still looks like he's been scolded because he has been.
I broke my oath.
Your oath?
My paladin's oath. You know, the thing that gives me power.
In what way?
So, I am dedicated to my crown and liege. That being you. It's always been you. And, walking away from you in that moment when I knew you needed me, when I knew that my anger was superseding my actual wits, I was foolish in that I thought I could walk away even for a brief moment and it stay. I knew somewhere in my heart that walking away in that moment would harm my oath. I did not think it would break it. But in that moment, it was fragile, as was my emotional state. And so when I walked, so did my oath.
Is there anything that can be done? I could pardon you, absolve you somehow.
You can't.
Tell me what to do.
That's not how this works. So, there's this spirit. He is known as the Oathbreaker Knight. I am dedicated to the crown, meaning as an oath of... We call it the Oath of the Crown, a dedication to one's liege lord, you would have to speak to him on my behalf to re-engage and reaffirm that you do not feel betrayed.
Gail, like when Leo says that Gail would have to talk to this person, Gail like stands up, like as if ready to immediately go do so. And then when Leo says to make sure that you do not feel betrayed, he hesitates.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No,
No,
I can speak with him.
No. He will know you are not genuine. That's kind of the nature of him.
It's fine, Leo. You were
It's
justified.
Gale. I walked away from you in your time of need. Anger or not, that was not justified.
I did something awful, and it upset you, and it is natural.
While, yes, it did upset me, and yes, it was pretty fucking awful. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yes, it was, and I am very sorry.
I know why you did it. I get it. I don't know where you got that spell from. It's interesting. It really is. It's terrifying and terrible to look at. But interesting in the way that I know you're fascinated with magic, and I've kind of, because of you, become fascinated with magic. But I don't think I want the Oath of the Crown
gift.
back.
Oh no. Okay. So Gale looks like he's been slapped. Like his face goes wide and he looks hurt.
There is a different oath. One that, in my opinion, means more.
Of course, take whatever oath you like. It is your life to choose.
There is
You can do whatever you wish.
an oath known as the Oath of Devotion, where you swear yourself to a person or an ideal or something you care about deeply or love above all things. And that
Of course, yes,
thing,
you have my permission to do whatever it is you like. You don't even need my
Gale.
permission. It is your
Gale.
life to do it as you please, and you can...
Mithrin Gale.
Yes?
Gale is crying.
I'm telling you this because I would swear that oath to you, not because you are my liege, not because you are affiliated with some crown. I would swear this to you were you a pauper, but I swear my devotion to you. I would swear my life, my love, and my loyalty to you, no matter what it was, no matter where you were, no matter your status, no matter your allegiance. If you had turned your back on the crown of Melvant, and I was Oath of the Crown, I would have had to leave you to keep that oath.
If I am so inconstant, you do not need to swear on me.
No. The point of why I am changing my oath, the point of why I would have it be devotion, is because I would walk away from anything for you. The reason I walked away from you in that moment was because I was angry and would not take my anger out upon you, because no matter what, you do not deserve that.
You were angry, and you were angry with me. What else would I deserve?
Kindness, patience, and love. Even through anger, even through frustration, communication. I needed time to be able to formulate my words. I needed time to know what I needed to say to you. But on top of that, I needed to see that I don't want to be devoted to the crown. I want to be devoted to you.
I know that you have chosen me for a very long time. You've loved me for a very long time. You do not have to if you do not.
Do you think I would if I didn't? I do not do this out of obligation, Mithringale.
Gale tries to say a few things. He still does not look totally reassured after all the bombs that have been dropped. And he is still crying, but he kind of almost unconsciously reaches towards Leo.
Yeah, Leo immediately grabs and pulls him close. Like, it's not
yeah.
even, there's no hesitation there. Gale is
And Gale
immediately
will
swept
fully
up by
lean
the
in.
very tall man.
Yeah. So Gale will like burrow his little face into Leo's armor? Question mark.
He's wearing like regular clothes. He's not in his full armor.
Okay.
It's because
That would
his
be interesting.
artificial like skin has give to it, as if you're touching a regular person. It's just like it's like touching a bodybuilder, where it's like solid. There's give, but not very much.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Gale will allow himself to be held and comforted as he tries to think through things very quickly and process everything that's been happening.
I think
and
is
doing a very bad job of it.
I think as Gale is doing this, Leo says, "I would choose you over and over and over again in any lifetime and in every lifetime."
Leo, what would happen to you if I fell in battle or died in some other way? What would happen to you?
So, if what my deity of choice says is correct, I would await you reincarnation, and I would find you in every cycle.
I suppose that's not so bad then.
Because, Mithringale, I will outlive you. I am immortal.
Yes.
So long as my core is kept up, I will not die. I knew this.
So even if I
from the get-go.
lived to be 1,000 years old,
Yes.
it would not be enough.
One lifetime with you is enough for an eternity. And if it means I have to shut down for the last time on the same day you die, I will.
What if it is less than a lifetime?
Then it will have still been worth it. Because I got to spend it with you.
Gale sighs and buries his face against Leo again. And kind of like weepily chuckles. You know, the sad kind of half laugh that people sometimes do.
I don't know what on earth I've done to deserve you.
yourself. And that is all. That is all you ever needed be.
You're certain that you want to make this change?
I am positive. More positive of anything in my entire life. As he says this, Gale, you feel an intense heat from behind you. And standing behind you is a man in black armor with these scalding hot looking eyes. And
Gale is clinging to Leo.
he says, Paladin, you would swear a new oath. An oath to this one, even though you have broken your previous one. Do you believe yourself worthy? Do you think that there is a worthy bone in your metal body? Almost as if he is insulting Leo.
Oh, yeah. Gale, previously cowering, is now standing up in front of Leo and will grab his hand instead of, like, his shirt or whatever he was grabbing before. And will indignantly say,
He has more worth in his entire carapace than most people do in their pinky finger. No, I said that backwards. You know what I meant, Leo.
Who are you to speak on behalf of this paladin, this betrayer knight?
I am loved by him. He did not betray me. He was angry, but he did not plan to leave. Not for good.
And you believe he is worth giving back the power of a paladin, the power of an oath broken and forsaken?
He is worth everything and more.
Would you
He is worth
fight
my own
for
life.
him? Would you
Would not
fight
hesitate to.
Then do so. And the Oathbreaker Knight draws a sword.
okay. Gale, taken only slightly by surprise, would draw Tearfing.
Okay. So Gale, I'm gonna give you one action before the Oathbreaker Knight goes. You can do literally anything, as far as like anything you have in your arsenal against this Oathbreaker Knight to prove to him that you would fight and kill for to prove that this man who has broken his oath is worthy of the oath he is giving you.
Cool. One action to prove that Leo is worthy and that Gale trusts him.
And Gale is willing to fight to prove that.
Gale has to be willing to fight to prove this. He doesn't have to just prove it.
Yep.
Let me think.
I will say that if any spell slots are expended, the Oathbreaker Knight will restore them.
Okay. Thinking. There's a lot of good options. Okay. Gale has so many spells, it's becoming a problem.
He does have a lot of spells. Holy shit.
Yeah, you gave me some, and then I keep picking up others. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what else does he have? Because he has a lot of spells, and I have one in mind that could work. And then he has a bunch of other stuff. Okay. Well, oh, my stress was reset. Let me fix that. Okay, so just an action, not a full turn.
Yep, just one action.
Okay. Okay. So, the essence, verbal, somatic, and material, an item distasteful to the target. Alright, so Gale is going to pull out Tearfing, and also, in Love's defense, the dagger that Leo gave him.
Ooh.
And do you think that that dagger, symbolic of the bond that they have, would be distasteful to the apparition?
Yeah, I think he would. So here's my thing. So I know Tearfing's cool as shit, right?
Mhm.
But you have another sword that actually is a pair with this dagger.
That's true, actually. Okay, so Gale will use the Pocket Watch of Arming then to instantly change Tearfing out, if it's allowed.
Yeah.
For the Heart of the Lover. So now he is wielding both blades that Leo's given to him. Thank you for reminding me of that. That's so much more thematic. So with both of these swords out, again, do you think that these count as an item distasteful to the target?
Yes.
Perfect. Then the blades themselves will serve as the material component for the spell Banishment.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So for the verbal component, Gale's gonna say some words to activate the spell in Draconic. And we'll also
What is the
say
saving throw? Charisma save. Oh. Okay. Go ahead.
would you like to make the save first and see if it works?
Yeah, it works. Yeah, it
Oh,
works.
great.
He had a
Cool.
plus
Then
7.
yeah.
And he still failed.
Cool. Then before this guy gets banished to another plane of existence, Gale is going to say,
He is everything to me.
As you
You-
say this,
Will not separate us.
right? You see Gale sees out of the corner of his eye, Leo light up with holy energy. Like his oath has been restored. As the Oathbreaker Knight says, and I would not try, and then is banished into another dimension.
great, cool, it's gone for a whole minute. And Gale is,
Back to his home plane of the ethereal plane.
oh, great. Then it just works. Cool.
Hey,
Cool.
Jess. Hey, Jess.
Yeah, what's up?
Guess who else is in the ethereal plane?
Yeah,
Who's probably been watching this the entire time.
yeah.
So Rika
Is this
sees
bitch?
the Oathbreaker Knight, who has been basically tormenting her fiance for the past 20 minutes. What's Rika doing?
Is he like appearing near her?
Yeah, he's in the
In
same
her
realm.
vicinity?
He's in the same realm, like within like 30 to 50 feet.
Bitch, I've flown farther than that to
Yeah.
reach people.
Yeah.
You are not immune. Weapon is out. Glaring at this man from
Yeah,
the sky.
it's Evandra going, no, you can't swoop at him like a bird of prey.
Okay, what if I glare at him angrily from the ground? Like, don't swoop at him.
So she just kind of goes, okay, so he was just doing his job, Rika. That's like his whole deal.
So it's just
Rika being indignant toward Evandra.
her wings are puffed up in irritation.
You can smack him one time with your axe.
The moment like permission is given, like literally the single second after that, we'll
The
go
fucking
underground and
sound
charge
barrier is
motherfucker.
broken.
I am charging this man from the ground because swooping is bad. So I didn't swoop him. I fucking charged at him.
Technicalities.
Do you want me to make a fucking attack roll against this man?
No, I'm gonna say because because Rika is like a fucking planar at this point, a deva. No, you don't have to make an attack roll. You just hit him, and you hit him hard, and it knocks him on his ass.
Yeah. I think she huffs, and then she'll put her axe away.
We cut back to Gale
stare at
and
Oh yeah,
Leo.
who is trembling and in the kind of way someone after a stressful situation because he took stress.
Leo will scoop you up into a gigantic hug and go, "Thank you, and I'm sorry."
I thought I actually would have to fight him.
Uh,
I was worried about the books.
you were worried about the books, not the fact that he was a fully armored, most likely incredibly powerful extraplanar creature.
A library is no place for battle or bloodshed. Don't think.
I love you, you giant dork.
I'm relieved to hear it. And I love you.
You want to go kill a dragon?
I would say I would love nothing more, but I do love you more. So I would love almost nothing more.
Fantastic. I want to go punch something in the face. So I think that would be a great way to do it. Everyone should be downstairs. Leroy arrived on the Griffin as I was coming upstairs.
Of course. Then we can join the others, Mia Sole.
So tell me about this weird spirit guy that was carrying out the plates. And that's kind of the conversation as we pan away from Gale and Leo to the rest of the party.
Yeah.
You want to say something else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
go
I think as they're talking about that, Gale would give the broad strokes of Tyrfing and his existence and such, and then would look back to the would Gale be able to tell where he sent that guy?
Yeah, the ethereal. He would be able to tell him that he sent him to the ethereal plane.
Yeah. Then 1 minute later, when the spell ends and it remains there, I think Gale would pause in his explanations of stuff, looking at the spot where the guy disappeared.
There was something else I was meant to tell you. We were communicating was more difficult before now. You know, when I was unconscious in the Temple of Maglubiet?
Yes. Yes, I do recall.
So I met Rika and Avandra
Okay.
briefly. So I was there and, we talked a little bit, but Rika said to tell you hello.
What is she like watching us from the ethereal plane?
Yes. Yes, she is.
Rika, you see Leo look up, and it's almost like he meets eyes with you. And he just flips you off.
Motherfucker.
Oh no, why would you do that?
She
Rika-
flips the pool off. Bad.
Rika, you would know that this was just the thing that you guys used to do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's flipping him off back in a friendly
And then he
way.
just goes,
Like, what the fuck, dude?
It's still 6-2, by the way. And he flips you off again.
Shut the fuck up, you mother, you motherfucker.
Rika.
I feel like Leo and his soul can hear Rika cursing him the fuck out right now.
Gale, you just see Leo with this giant shit-eating grin on his face. I'm glad she could see and hear that.
Of course. Take it that was friendly then.
Oh yeah, no, this is me, this is banter. The 6-2 thing, that's our sparring record. I have 6 wins over Rika's 2.
I'm glad that I'm just glad.
Good. You look good when you smile. I mean, you look good all the time, but still, I like it when you smile.
And Gale smiles fondly at Leo. And I think Gale here is gonna get up on his tippy toes
Mhm.
and give Leo a big ol' smooch on the cheek.
Leo smiles and will lead you downstairs to where everybody else is presumably waiting. And Leo will kind of look at everybody and go, "Does everyone have everything we need?"
I'm ready.
Charybdis?
Mhm.
I believe it was one of your scouts that told us where Wave Echo Cave was. So it is probably marked
That-
on your map.
That would make sense then, yeah. I can do that.
Lead the way.
Sure. Then she shall.
Alright. Wave Echo Cave isn't that far out of town. Like, you don't need to roll a random encounter roll. I just need a weather roll, if you wouldn't mind.
Was a D12 or a D100?
D100 is weather. D12 is random encounter.
It sounded like Jester wanted to do it?
Yep. Jess, roll the weather.
Oh, no. Okay. T100 you said?
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't quite volunteering, but also
okay.
I'll take the chance.
If you didn't want to do it, we can
90
disregard that roll and have somebody else roll.
was gonna
I
say
can
you
roll.
I can do it.
verbally.
Or-
No,
yeah,
y'all should
go.
keep that roll.
Anyone
You
can.
know who hasn't rolled weather before? Eldritch. You have not rolled weather. Roll a
Roll
D100.
weather!
Roll a D100.
That's a
That's a
97.
one then. Yes.
All
That's still
right.
great.
So it's an overcast day. It's about 65 outside. There's a nice wind. It's a beautiful sunny day. There are birds singing. Everybody roll perception.
On days like this, kids like you should be burning in hell. Is this a possibly scent-based
It
perception?
is not
score?
scent based. It is sight based.
Damn it. Can't have shit in this house.
One day it will be scent based.
Yes, one day it will be
Sometimes,
scent based.
sometimes
Gail, you rolled to GM. However, you did roll high enough.
Oops.
All of you rolled high enough. You see flying through the sky in a holy shit. Yeah,
That's
Gail,
Leo.
oh yeah, Leo. Leo sees everything. Leo can see through the veil of time. Sees Rika, flips
Gale
her off
sees Rika
again.
flipping him off.
You all see flying through the sky at like breakneck speed a phoenix, which is a very rare sight, but it is just flying as it normally would during like its normal flights. But a phoenix is a rare sight, so you see a phoenix.
A fucking phoenix?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
Where?
auspicious.
What?
phoenixes.
Flying overhead?
Yeah, just flying overhead, just like Ho-Oh in the first episode of Pokemon.
Make a wish, I guess.
And it is considered a good omen to see a phoenix in flight.
Alright, everybody make a wish.
Okay.
I want. You know what? Yeah, everybody, make a wish and roll Arcana.
Everybody
Okay.
everyone DM the DM a wish and roll Arcana.
You don't have to DM it to me. You can say it out loud.
Oh my god. Do we say the wish first?
No, you can
What
just
do we
roll
roll?
I'm pretty
Arcana.
sure. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Courageous is literally just gonna be prosperity for my country.
Prosperity for my country. Roll.
Not even save my sister who's turned to stone.
That's prosperity for my country, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for somebody to roll because I have a +8 and I didn't want to follow up a nat 20.
Oh, well.
Almost.
See, if I had waited for one more, I could have totally nailed it.
Arcana?
Yes, please.
Why am I still rolling to GM? Let me fix that. Also, I would like to use an inspiration
Yeah, go ahead.
because that was a 10. So let's try that again. What the?
It is fate.
Okay,
Oh,
I
well.
guess the dice gods said no, but you know, that's okay because Gail's wish was gonna be for him and Leo to be happy together forever. And you know.
It's just later on down the line, Gale is propositioned by a tome. It's like, hey, you could be a lich. You
Ooh.
never have to leave your fiance.
Tempting.
9. I want to try again.
No. Hey.
Okay.
Oh,
So the
Yeah.
Did
DC.
Jess get the inspiration from earlier?
Yes.
She should mark that down.
So the DC from this particular thing was 20.
Damn.
It was a very high
Okay.
DC.
So I'm the only one.
What did Lorraine wish for?
Lorraine wished for the strength and courage to protect the thing she cares about.
Okay. So Lorraine, for the rest of the campaign, you are immune to the frightened condition.
Hell yeah. That's gonna be great for the dragons.
Yeah. So, after this amazing sight, I will also say I will also at the others at Blades of Dawn. Roll Arcana and make a wish at your earliest convenience.
Aw, brave girl.
Okay, so we pan in to Wave Echo fucking Cave. This version of Wave Echo Cave is brought to us by originally a Reddit user whose name I have forgotten. We will credit them in the credits. But the revisions to this map were made by our dear friend Quarklinks. It looks
Oh,
dope
yeah.
as shit.
Thank you,
I'm
thank you
pretty
very
sure
much.
this was made with Dungeon Draft as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, I believe so too. So you all enter into a musty, rather heavily, like this cave has been abandoned for a long time, or was for a very long time. You can see the skeleton of like a horse over here with a drawn cart. You can see, kind of the tracks in this place are old and from likely miners who no longer occupy this space. Hey, Charybdis.
Hello.
I need you to roll me perception. Yes, this is scent based.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Advantage! Okay, that's not bad.
You can smell blood in the air.
Ooh,
And
from
that
whence?
so that means that you will not be surprised.
Oh no, it's Sturgis. Fuck.
Oh, you
There's so
motherfucker!
many.
I knew it would happen. I knew it.
There's so
I
many.
called it. I fucking called it.
Oh my god.
I fucking called it.
No.
You guys
no,
heard me in the
no,
very
you-
beginning of the session. Everybody's gonna go, "You son of a bitch!" At the it's fucking it happened. I knew it. Sturges are one of my favorite
Damn.
enemies.
9 Sturges in the drop room. Honestly, that's not as bad as it could have been. Still, we might be in deep shit.
Well,
We're fine.
so, remember the session title? Does anybody remember the session title?
I don't actually.
Yes.
What was it?
I am Ozymandias.
Witness my
Witness
works
my
and
works
despair.
despair. Yep.
Oh yeah.
These
Fuck
are my
you.
works. Despair.
So we shall despair. Despair. Do it.
Everybody roll
Do
initiative.
they all
no.
name? Do they all
No.
have collars with names called Despair?
Shit, are we
Actually,
fighting?
hold on. Let me ask a question. For, would we want to wait until next week for this combat? Because it is going to be a doozy. And in session.
Perhaps
Maybe.
we could wait.
I was gonna say we might need our allies.
So
we can roll initiative, but I feel
yeah,
like
we're gonna
we could
roll
really do it
initiative,
next time.
and then we're going to hold out on the actual combat for next time. I will allow you all to position yourselves where you would like to be for battle before this starts. So I'm gonna move.
Do we get a free Polyphemus spawn in?
Yeah.
Cool. If you can give me control of him at some point, that'd be lovely. I'd like to hook him up to probably this wall over by our friends.
Where are you, Polyphemus?
Polyphemus.
Gale is being body blocked by 2 people in armor.
You
Ah,
know, for a creature that has absolutely no femurs, the name Polyphemus is really funny.
Fucking. This guy got about right there before he realized there was a Sturge right in his face.
Oh no, buddy.
So yeah,
Fuck you.
everybody
fuck you,
roll
fuck you,
initiative.
Sturgis. Rika is rolling in her grave right now. Look what
Ooh.
you've done. Look what you've done. Give it
Ugh!
more courage.
critical
Oh, no.
failure.
Yeah, he'll.
They've done. They've
Leo,
massacred
do
my
better, please. Do better than Gale. Not by
Oh, for
much.
fuck's sake.
I am
He
going
did do
to.
better.
There is
Ugh.
a secret NPC that I will also roll initiative for.
I'm so glad I took
Oh my
alert.
god. A secret NPC?
Leroy, save us. Save us, Leroy.
Oh right.
21!
Yo.
The Belle.
Yes.
I forgot something because I have alert. I'm also not surprised because I cannot be surprised.
Well, no
while
one
I'm
was
conscious.
surprised because of Charybdis going, "Oh shit, blood."
Yeah, I didn't know if
Yeah.
Charybdis
no,
mentioned it out loud or not.
Charybdis,
Oh, yeah, I totally
Charybdis
will.
did in fact mention it out loud.
Yeah. Good.
So I'm gonna roll for our NPC friends. Gundren Rockseeker. God, Gundren, why are you so bad at this?
Our blood screamed out loud. It's blood.
No.
Dagna Rockseeker.
How's that one gonna go? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Not good at all. Terrible.
That's alright. The
Better
dwarves don't
than
need to
Gale.
start.
Oh.
Not hard to do better than Gale with a critical failure.
And Ezra
And-
Cromwell. And
Oh, God.
Ezra Cromwell. Does anyone remember who Ezra Cromwell is?
The
Wasn't she yellow
child?
old lady?
The child.
The
Why
oh,
do
for
we
fuck's
have-
sake, where's the child?
Why
Where
the fuck
is-
is there a
Where is
child
the
here?
child?
Did
Ezra
the fucking
Cromwell.
child follow us?
He just likes to get into trouble.
Already gone.
But these are Sturges. They'll fucking kill you.
He's a baby.
He does have more health points than he did last time.
Does he also have that? Doesn't he also have armor now?
Yeah, he
armor?
has armor. He has an actual shield that's not a pot lid.
Hey,
an actual
upgrade.
short sword, and a set of leather halfling armor.
Upgrade,
So
people.
he is equipped properly. He is a level 1 adventurer.
Aw.
He has been upgraded to a level 1 adventurer.
You know, when you were like, witness my works in despair, I was like, oh, it'll be some NPC, like, doing some fuck shit. No, it's the Sturges all along. It was the fucking
No.
Sturges.
The works is child Moida.
The works is
no, the works is this
what-
entire dungeon.
Great.
But also
What if I
Ezra
choose
rolled a
not to
3.
What if I choose not to despair? What if I choose to instead to live and not despair?
Ezra does not have more dexterity than Gale, so Gale will go before Ezra. However, Ezra did roll a 3. All right, so next session, you guys can either you guys will have to deal with, there's a small child.
And oh my god, there's so many fucking Sturges.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
Congratulations, everybody. We will see you folks next week with more
Jesus
Sword Coast
fucking
in Peril.
Christ.
Have a wonderful
God.
evening, everybody. I hope my players had a fantastic time playing this evening. You guys have a wonderful evening, and for those of you watching on
Hell
YouTube,
yeah.
remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and fuck you, Dave.
Fuck
Bye,
you,
Dave.
Dave.